podcast is Jonathan Piersma, ready to make his next appearance for CFFC March 17th at CFC 106. What's up, Jonathan? How you been, man?
Been great. Thanks for having me.
Dude, it's been a minute since your last cage fight. You went in there and you did business, but came away with a no contest in that fight, man. It was back in what, October or September, man. What have you been working on, and what's been going on since that last fight?
Yeah, it was early October last time I fought. This has been the biggest break I've had so far since I started fighting pro. All my fights were generally like 3 months in between. It was nice to take a little break. We got like 4 fights in 10 months. We took a little break, took some time to work on some stuff. Really just go over and work on all our skills without having a fight necessarily scheduled. But definitely itching to get back in there, and excited to be back in there after a nice little break.
Well, you did a lot of grappling in between there, my man. A lot of really, really high-level grappling, man. Let's talk about some of that. You know, went to Vegas, fought there on, a big event. And a couple of more big events, one for CFFC, man. Talk about that and, how much excitement that does for a young guy like you, getting that kind of notoriety with them, them guys on that mats.
Yeah, all the opportunities I got to compete on the grappling scene over this little layoff was awesome. Was some great opportunities. Some big events, compete with some really high level guys. Really test my skills. Even got to make some money in the process, which was nice. Trip out to Vegas. I got to go train at the UFC PI and be out there and compete at the Apex. Yeah, it was awesome. All those opportunities. I was on the Fury grappling card that was just stacked with big name guys. Being able to get a win on that was also pretty cool, being around that. Yeah, all those opportunities were really cool. I really enjoyed the time I got to compete in grappling. Yeah, I'm ready to get back to work for real and get back in the cage and fight somebody.
Excellent. Well, that last fight, as we talked about in October, came away with a no contest. Looked like you were coming away with a big finish in that. Arm in guillotine in about 31 seconds. The ref called it. It looked like it was a done deal. They came away with there was an appeal done, and then an appeal on your side, and then when all said and done, it stays as a no contest. As far as that would have made you 4-0. Is that like a bitter taste in your mouth that that happened that way, or is it just on to the next fight and you'll just take it out on this guy coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I think at first, the first month or so after, it was kind of a bitter taste, working so hard for that, getting that win in the biggest fight in my career to that point, getting takeaway. Yeah, it sucked, but, after a while, we did the appeals, this and that. They kept the no contest. And then I kind of got over it. It is what it is. Everyone knows what happened in that fight. Everyone knows I should be 4-0 officially, even though I am 4-0. But, yeah, it is what it is. It's water under the bridge at this point. But, yeah, just on to the next one.
Well, on to the next one, my man. CFFC 106 in, where are we going? Tampa, Florida, man. Back to warm. Dude, get the hell out of, the East Coast over here, the upper East Coast, man. It's cold, man. So you're going to be heading to Tampa, Florida. You're going to be fighting a dude that's, probably, or I have to say your biggest fight to date, the biggest competitor as far as, experience level, 4-3. He's coming off a knockout or KO and is in his debut for CFFC back, I think, the card before you were on CFFC 100. What do you know? You know anything about him? Is this just a guy that is put on the table and, it's on to 4-0 with him?
Yeah, I mean, we've watched some film. We watched the last fight he had for CFFC. He had a pretty good fight. He had a pretty good knockout. Yeah, we watched some film. He's definitely solid. He's pretty solid everywhere. He's got some solid striking, some good grappling. Yeah, he's well rounded. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Doesn't have a lot of holes, but we've been putting a lot of work, and we feel good about it. We feel like my skills and the way I play are going to present him some challenges, and he's going to have a hard time keeping up with me. But yeah, it's going to be a good fight, and probably to date the best all-around fighter I've fought. So it'll be a good challenge, but I'm looking forward to it, and I'm ready to get down there and get down some sunshine out of this snowy, never-ending winter.
It's unbelievable, my man. Well, to talk about him, Charlie Radke, man, he's got three fights in 2021, so he's been busy. He's been getting it out there. He's two wins out of them three fights there. One thing I noticed about him, that debut for Cage Fury, he had fought at lightweight. I think every one of his pro fights before that.
I think his last fight was his first time he fought at 170.
Yeah. So, what are you feeling about that, John? You're a big dude at 170, man. A solid dude. Added strength and conditioning to your game since turning pro, man. What do you think about that? Do you think you're going to be the bigger guy? Do you think that's going to come to play in this fight?
Yeah, I mean, I think probably when we get down there and we get to see him face-offs, I'm sure I'm going to have a little bit of a size advantage. And I think that's going to factor into the fight a little bit. I'm not trying to, bank on that too much because, it's not, that's not going to be, the difference. I think I'm just a better fighter. But yeah, I think that difference could make a little difference. It's a lot different fighting up at 170 with someone like me than, most of the guys who's fighting down 155. It's going to be a big size and strength difference. And I think that's the deeper the fight goes, that's going to make a difference. Especially, once I'm leaning on him, wrestling with him, he's going to feel that difference. And I think it will play a difference. But yeah, we're more factored in as like a big, like, oh, we're going to win this fight just because we're bigger than him. But I think it'll play a factor, but
Well, one thing, it looks like it helped him out, going up in the weight class. He had a knockout in his 170 debut. So, man, it's you never know what you're going to get in there. So it's going to be very exciting. As far as the training camps, I think you jump between Synthesis and Bowen MMA. Is that the two that you're jumping between? Is there someone else you're getting work out of?
So mostly, most of the time I spend most of my time at Synthesis. That's my main gym. I go over and work with Bone and spar with him and his guys usually once a week. I haven't actually been able to work with him much since his last fight because he's been banged up with the knee. So he is just starting to get back to sparring. So I really haven't been able to work with him much in this camp. But mostly since this, we have some good guys I've been working with, the coaches over there. So, yeah, I feel good about it. We've been putting in a lot of work. This is also the first fight camp that I've done as a full-time fighter. In the beginning of this year, I quit my day job. So for this whole camp has just been dedicated solely to fighting. And I think that's going to make a big difference in this fight, too. It's going to show some big improvements.
Beautiful, my man. As far as what's left to do, man, we're less than 2 weeks out, man. You're traveling to the warm weather in Florida, man. What's left in the next week and a half or so before, you jump on that plane?
At this point, it's just, sharpen up a couple little things, go over the game plan a couple more times. And biggest thing is just get the weight on point. Really the hard training is really winding down here in the next day or two, and then it's just get the weight right and get healed up and ready to get in there March 17th.
Excellent. Who's taking the trek with you as far as corners and all that good stuff?
So my two main coaches, Casey Lamb, the owner of Synthesis, and Mike Montez, my main striking coach, will be the two going down with me.
Excellent, my man. Well, you usually have a ton of people that come and support you when it's, kind of close to the home. I know some people have flown and watched your grappling. Do you expect anyone to making that hike down south to come watch you fight?
I know one of the kids I'm good friends with, he's actually coming down. He had some time off work, so he decided to might as well go down and take a trip. So he's coming down to watch the fight. But I also have I had some family cousin down that lives in Tampa now that's going to come with some of his family, and I got a couple buddies I played college football with that live down there now. So I'll have a couple people.
Nice. Well, one thing, it'll be on Fight Pass, so you'll definitely get views that way. And one other thing I'd like to say to you, John, man, congratulations, 2021 Fight Pass submission of the year. I had to mention that, bro. You know, we mentioned the grappling and all that. You have 3 wins by subs, well, 4 wins by subs, but 3 on paper, dude. Man, what does that do for a young dude as far as yourself? You just had a birthday. Happy belated birthday, 26 years old. Man, what does that do for you, man? You're young in your career, and you get submission of the year out of all these fights, out of, you know, all these competitors in there, and then you're just like choking people out down the line. Like, what's that make a young guy like you feel like, you know, as far as your future in this game?
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing. It's not all positives. You know, it's good to get the recognition. You know, but at the same time, I don't bank on it too much because it's cool and all, but I really haven't, you know, accomplished anything yet. You know, I'm just getting started. I got a long ways to go, and all that stuff is cool, but there's a lot to be done and a lot bigger things to accomplish. But yeah, it's cool. It's definitely cool. It was a cool award to get, you know, especially since there's a lot of different promotions and competitions that get aired on Fight Pass. So to win submission of the year was a pretty cool thing.
Excellent, my man. Well, start of the new year here in 2022, man. A whole new slate, bro. You're heading into CFFC, man. They love you there, bro. And man, they're high on you, and so is, like, you know, a lot of people just watching you in your up and coming career, man. So last thing, bro. Shout out sponsors, social media, and I'll let you get to you know, rest and get ready for the rest of the week.
Yeah, just big shout out to all my sponsors. I'm gonna make a post in the next day or two. I'll forget them all if I try to name them all. But big shout out to all my sponsors. They've been huge, helping me out, being able to be a full-time fighter reality in this year. That's been huge. All my friends, family, teammates, everybody. They've really made it possible, and we're gonna really make some big things happen this year going forward.
Excellent. Well, my man, congratulations on all your past success and the future coming up, man. Knock them dead, man. We'll see you on the 17th, but we'll be watching on Fight Pass and seeing what goes on, man. But all the power to you, bro, and safe travels.
Thank you. Can't wait. Almost there.
All right, man.